Yeah. So I guess that the question is, what hope do we have for Saturday?
I think Madueke might get the start. I don't know how
Any
you
hope?
don't I don't know how you don't reward him for the goal. I would reward him with a
Goal of the
start.
month so far.
Uh,
Goal of the month. Woohoo!
we
That's why
forgot one.
back in February you had one goal,
And
and now in April you had one goal.
and it wasn't even it was a deflection. Anyway,
Hey, but you've already got your May goal.
hey,
Got our May goal.
got it early.
Oh my goodness.
I'm hopeful only because Bournemouth are bad, like
They've
bad,
won
bad.
4 of 5, dude. Oh,
Is Travanier healthy? Do we know?
didn't he score in the last game? Did he play the last game?
Yeah, but I think he went off with an injury.
Hurt.
I'm not sure.
Let me see. I'm looking now.
I mean, he's not even their star man.
I
don't-
called the draw.
You called the draw
I called the draw. 1-1.
1-1. I mean, that's a brave man giving Chelsea a goal. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I'm being honest. I was going 0-0 first.
Yeah. Bournemouth have some goals in them. They scored the last time out.
They're at home.
They're at home. They've scored 4 in this recent run, one time. Amazingly, they've already hit the magic 40.
Oh, they're good.
Actually, you know what? No, they haven't. They're level with Chelsea, but they're behind on goal
They
difference.
are.
So if they win, they leapfrog you guys.
Travanier won't play. Travanier won't play. He pulled his hamstring.
Does that influence your prediction, or do you think? I mean, do you think you guys will bring the same thing? More Gallagher, more Sterling,
Form of insanity, if so.
more Ziyech. How is Ziyech still coming off the bench?
No, I think Madueke, like I said, I think Madueke gets the start.
What
Is
about
Frank-
Loftus Cheek? Like, I mean, Frank seems to be sticking to these guys. It's like he's giving the guys who aren't going to be there some farewell time, like it's a farewell tour. Like, all right,
raising that stock value, man. I'm telling you,
Which is fine if you get at least one more freaking point. I mean, literally, that's all it comes down to. Just get one more freaking point. Put out your best lineup, let them play, and figure it out.
It's the Real Madrid lineup. Just the
but
best.
the thing is, if you look at what the difference has been in the title race this season, it's been Pep. It's been Pep. His ability to keep the team focused, to keep the team playing well in the right times, and y'all are leaderless. Chelsea have no direction. They have no philosophy. They have, Frank's
the
only
players
thing, play for the shirt. Give some effort. That's his.
And there's not even that anymore at the club. That's what I'm saying. We lost our culture. No one knows what the club is anymore. That's the problem. These boys don't know what Chelsea football is because it changed. The players themselves feared Roman. The players themselves feared the owner. They knew what was coming down the pipe.
They knew that Roman had their backs. That's why we went through so many managers.
But that's why they performed for him. That's what I'm trying to say. Go ahead.
So, because I've obviously followed Chelsea. You said something I think is poignant, and because this podcast goes to the whole world. So, what is the Chelsea culture? Because if they lost it, I want to hear what it is or what it was.
Under Roman Abramovich, the Chelsea culture was: we will win games no matter who we bring in, manager, player, or back staff. We will hire the best and we will hold them to the standard of being the best. And if they do not perform at that standard, they do not deserve to be at this club, because this club deserves and demands the best. We had the best, undoubtedly, mathematically, monetarily. Mourinho was the best director in football during the Roman Abramovich era. The best. Jose Mourinho at his time when he came, Ancelotti at his time when he came, they performed and they were the best. When they stopped being the best and showed that someone else could beat them, who did we go hire? The man that beat us. We brought him in. We go, nope, you're going to come to Chelsea and we're going to win titles. We have the players to win titles. We have the squad to win titles. We have the mentality. All of these players want to win. That is the culture that era bred into us. That's what Petr Cech gave us. That's what Florent Maluda gave us. That's what Didier Drogba, Lampard, Roman, Mao, all of them, Ancelotti. That's what they have bred into us for the last decade. That is our culture. We came in, we fired someone who was winning for the club, who had brought titles to the club for literal issues that were going on backstaff. You can point to the numbers all you want, but we're only here because of Thomas Tuchel. You can point to the numbers all you want, but Thomas Tuchel got fired because he wouldn't listen to Boyle. I understand that, yeah, Roman did the same thing, but it wasn't because Roman wasn't allowed in the locker room. It was because you didn't put up 36 points, or, you didn't put up 89 points and you came in second in the league. That's why you got fired, because we had a standard to win the league. That has no longer at this club. We're leaderless in the locker room. We're leaderless in our back staff. We're leaderless in our director position, which has never been the case. Marina came in when Roman came in. All that's gone. All of that is gone. So these players don't know who they're playing for. And that's the ultimate issue, because the flame is gone. Our culture is gone. We're building a new culture at Chelsea, and it's not what we had. And it's not what we're used to as fans. And that's my biggest issue with Boyle. He should have known what he bought and protected it. And that's where I blame Roman a little bit. But I think it was a big middle finger from Roman after all this is playing out the way it is. I think it's fine. You want to take my club from me? It'll never be the same. Make a new club in England that's just as big. Make a new club in London that's just as big, because my Chelsea leaves with me. That's how it feels.
So do you think it's a good idea that in the interest of this kind of, you're saying to build a new culture, to take, for example, because Azpilicueta was awful versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
So should he sit and you give the band to one of the newbies, somebody that's come in, somebody that you can build the team around, kind of like what we were saying earlier. You know how I've always said that Wenger tried to hang his hat on Mesut Ozil and build a team around Ozil, and it didn't work? Well,
Right.
At least he tried to build a team around someone. Y'all
Right.
could build around Felix as the creator.
Mm-hmm.
You really could. And we've been saying that since he got there in Germany, or in January. So as far as Saturday, who would you hand the band to?
The band?
The
I was going
captain.
to go with Silva for sure.
You still stick with the old guard, even after we need a
He
new
will.
culture speech.
He will.
If I'm building a squad, if I'm
think
coming
Frank-
in, and if I say I'm Frank Lampard and they give me the Potter contract, I'm here for 6 years. You got to pay me $60 million to leave. I know I'm here for a minute, and you have to back me. I got time, and I'm not Frank trying to either build. Don't know what he's doing. I want to hang my hat on Frank Lampard's just literally building stock in some of these guys, because he knows they're leaving in January, or in the summer. He knows these guys are gone. The club needs money, because if we don't make money, guess what we can't do? Guess what we get punished for? The financial fair play is going to wring our necks if we don't make what we need to make on the books, because we spent a lot of money and we missed UCL. We didn't come in top 4. We didn't perform the way the club needs to. So we're going to lose a lot of money. The incoming budget is now cut. So we have to fire sale everyone, which means if we can get 10 million more for, I'm just going to Christian Pulisic, and we can sell him for 22 instead of 12. That means we might get to hold on to someone in the background, because now we don't need to make the extra 10 mil. I want to say it's chess to checkers, but I don't think they're that smart at the club right now. But they're businessmen, so I hope they're doing it for the money. Ziyech needs to sell for 33, because if we hold on to Ziyech for 33 to Paris Saint-Germain,
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
You know what I'm saying? But there's
We'd be lucky if we get 20.
But if we sell him if he's worth 20, if we sell him for 25, and then we get rid of Pulisic for 15 instead of 12, then we don't have to sell someone. We don't have to. We can keep him on the book.
I read an article on The Athletic about this, and it really broke things down a little bit more for me, because you look at it in the sense of, oh my gosh, we've got to sell them for this price. But most of them are getting close to running out their contracts, and the way amortization works, if, for instance, if they sold Conor Gallagher, that would be a profit all the way across. Mason Mount, a profit all the way across. Right. Pulisic, I think, costs the club right now $8 million for the rest of his contract.
12 is a profit. Right.
So there's a profit. So the numbers don't have to be crazy as long as people want to buy him. That's the thing. But to answer your question, I would go. I think you need to sit the old guard. I really do. I think that there's some concern there in terms of
tension, right?
Yeah, back and forth.
Where's Badiashile? How's
He
Chalaba
needs to play.
Badiashile?
I would go.
Chalaba plays Chelsea. He's Chelsea in, Chelsea out. Chalaba won't play. Mount won't play. Mount's gone.
But
Chelsea's
see, that's
gone.
what I have a problem with.
But someone has to play. Someone has to play Bournemouth.
Someone has to play. But again, you're willing to, and I understand having hurt feelings. I get that. But we're now a year into this. At some point, you've got to step up and say, you know what? This is bad. Let me fix it. I mean, truthfully, we talk about. I mean, you hear it for Fofana. He willing to die for the club. He came out and said that. You see it on the field every day. Dude is playing his heart out. Conte plays his heart out for the club. I want to say Dave would, but he's just past it. He just doesn't have it in him anymore.
Yeah.
So at some point, someone's got to rally the team. That's why I want Frank to shut up. I really do.
Who I give the ban to answer your question? It's Mud Dog. 100%.
Really?
Yes, because you spent 100 mil on or 80 mil on him. He will die. He literally, I literally will watch him make a run, and I'm like, he might have a heart attack. He might have a heart attack trying to get down the field like that. I mean, if you're gonna spend 80 mil on him and sign him to 8 years, it's either him or Enzo. You can build the squad, him or Enzo.
Build a team around him.
Not to cut you off, Patrick. That just popped in
my
head.
No. That's fine.
That's who I'd give the ban to. If we're gonna back the new guard and build the new culture, it's Enzo or Mud Dog. Because
I would give it to Fofana, actually.
I like Enzo. Or
I would give it to Fofana because, at least he's still trying for the club.
So do all three of them start? What do we think about Saturday? Any predictions? You don't think any of them start? You think it's still Gallagher, Sterling?
I think Fofana starts.
Yes.
And I think Enzo starts, but Mudryk won't.
Loftus-Cheek, Donkey, the other Donkey Foot's son, Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
1,000% play all the new players because now X, I get what you're saying, and the reason I get it is because logic says, well, you want to show value, but I mean, you also have the other side of that coin is I put this old guy out here and he looks like trash. Now he's deflated his own value, and I've lost even more. But if I put these new guys out here and they look good at all, I might be able to make money on a couple of these guys that don't really have a future with us. And then I can, because the one thing that we already know is going to happen is that a young player will play at Chelsea, not get enough time, go somewhere else, and become a star.
Phenomenal.
So you might as well just go ahead and let that happen.
Well, I'll take it a step further. I mean, if you think about any performance that we have seen in the last 3 months, even, it's been one of the younger guys. Enzo dropping dimes, Mudryk making runs to open up people to try to score. Madueke finally scores a goal, but he's been pretty good on the right when he has played. That's why I don't understand why you still keep playing Ziyech, why you still keep playing Sterling. I understand you've got to get your money out of Sterling.
Contractual? I asked the same thing under the team. When Tuchel was playing Timo week in, week out. Is it contractual? I signed on to be a team starter because this is how they're broken down. I signed on to be a starter or a role player. You know what I'm saying? There's a position. I play X amount of minutes or X amount of games per season. I'm guaranteed 5, 6, 7. Sterling's guaranteed 12, 13. He's the highest paid player. He's probably guaranteed 30 games.
They should
whatever
never
it is.
Contracts like that.
But the players do.
Maybe they do
demand that stuff. It made no sense to play Timo, every game, every time. It did.
What are you saying?
Timo at least worked.
He did work.
Sterling
does nothing. So you don't have it. I would trade Raheem Sterling for Timo Werner any day of the week.
Yeah. So what are you saying, X? What's your score?
It's 1-0.
1-0 to the Cherries?
To the Blues, baby.
Never picking against the team, man.
I can't. Until we get relegated, I'll be a Chelsea fan. After that, I'm
not
just
gonna
gonna
be a fan if
the hat.
relegated?
No, I can't. I'll throw up.
Well, I shared that article with you, but
I will burn every blue item I own. If this club gets relegated, I can't.
Hey, if Chelsea get relegated, it'll mean Arsenal will win the title.
Yeah, like who has like 90 million things have to happen for us to get relegated.
We could have got relegated this year if it wasn't for Tuchel, man. If it was not for Thomas Tuchel, we could have got relegated this year.
Yeah, it's still be in doubt. I hate to do it to you boys, but I predicted a 2-0 home victory for some cherry Coke, some Bournemouth cherries with a 2-0er. If y'all bring that same performance,
this is where we're at. This is the state of our club.
If you bring what you brought to Arsenal, it's gonna be a long day, as they say. What do you think, Patrick?
I struggle with this one because I knew what I was doing last week, and I don't.
Oh, you got predictions league. You can't heart pick like me.
I mean,
Jake's loving this. He's like, I got this man between a rock and a hard place right now.
This is where I struggle, right?
Go with your heart. Do it.
I know, right? This is where I struggle, right? If I felt confident that Frank would play Mudryk, Madueke, Felix, Havertz is back, so I'm sure he'll start.
He'll start.
But if he would just play a lineup that attacked, like just give an attack, I would be like, you know what? This should be a win.
Bournemouth leak goals like it's their job.
I know.
And I still don't back y'all to score.
And that's where I struggle because it's like, I mean, I'm looking at goal differential and I'm like, my gosh, how are we even the same discussion as this team? But that's how bad it is.
Right, but
you're level on points with them. Like you're the same right now.
I know, but we've got like 22 goal differential on them too.
Yeah, we don't leak that many goals, but we just can't score.
So what do you say?
Let's go 2-1 Chelsea. I think we finally get us a win that you can build upon. I don't know how you build upon it, but
it'll get you over the line.
Achilles heel. Had to pick home. They had to pick the team.
Achilles heel. Oh my.
Well, there you have it. If you had to pick Chelsea for this one, go ahead and smash up the likes. Subscribe to the channel and get that notification bell on. You know we'll be back really, really soon.